Hello, welcome to an edition of our show. My name is Business. As we always say, in business means money, stability, and business. And of course, other things mean a lot of money, mean business, and also can mean stagnation if in situations for different countries and most of the whole world that was and still is struggling against the COVID-19 pandemic that really affected the economies of the whole world countries. Well, a lot has been happening since, and today the 7th conference the economic conference started in Al-Akhbar, and senior officials and businessmen, mostly notably MPs, Mohammed Abu Al-Anin was there, and the conference was held under the theme of the Egyptian economy, achievements and challenges in the light of the coronavirus pandemic. It includes 5 sessions which discussed the latest developments in the field of investments, financial policies, business, real estate and digital transformation sectors. And it's scheduled that Abu Al-Anin lead the Attracting Reality and Ambition investment session in the presence of Hisham Tawfiq, Minister of Public Business Sector, Kamil Al-Wazir, Minister of Transport, Naveen Gema, Minister of Trade and Industry, Said Al-Khusayr, Minister of Agriculture and Land Reclamation, Ashraf Sobhi, Minister of Youth and Sports, Khalid Abu Al-Makarim, Chairman of the Export Council for Chemical Industries and Fertilizers, Amr Nuruddin, Advisor to the Executive President of the General Federation of Egyptian Chambers of Commerce. And during the session, Abu Al-Anin tackles Egyptian and foreign investments, recommendations and ways to attract investments in the sectoral activities. And for more details, we have online Mr. Ayub Mahmoud Ayub, a former Minister of Trade Commissioner, with us to shed more light on that. Welcome, sir, with us.
Good evening to you.
Good evening, sir. Well, talking about what's happening today in the economic conference, the 7th edition of it, with all that it entails after all the developments that we've been going through, well, how do you see it?
When the foreign investors and lenders look to the Egyptian economy at time of COVID and see that there is a positive growth rate, and they compare it to other economies, whether in Asia or Africa or Europe or America, which has a negative growth rate, this is a green light to the would-be investors to come to this market and invest in Egypt. This is very important because we always need foreign investments to bolster and support our positive development as far as economic recovery is concerned. This is one thing. The other thing is that when we are looking to the Egyptian market, is a market of 104 million consumers. And at the same time, it is a gate to Africa and a gate to Arab countries. So investing in Egypt at this time is quite lucrative to would-be investors and the Arab investors, whether Arab or foreign investors. In many cases, we find that the foreign investor looks to the stability. When we look to the Egyptian economy and find it is stable and developing in a positive way, it encourages them to come and invest. And even when we are borrowing from the international market and the financial institutions like Moody's and Fletcher and so on, look to the Egyptian economy is going in a positive way, this helps them to give it a higher rating as far as as far as lending is concerned, and as far as it's stable is concerned, a stable economy is concerned, and for the prospects for the near future. When I say the near future, I speak about 3, 4, or 5 years to come. So all these assets or all these factors contribute to stability and the trust, the confidence or trust in the Egyptian economy for the present and for near future. It reflects on employment, that is lowering the growth, lowering the unemployment rate. and raising the employment rates in Egypt. This is one thing. Other thing, that satisfying the Egyptian consumer and at the same time responding to needs of the markets which we export to. Exports have increased in this year, and this is another factor which encourages would-be investors and the present investors to invest more in the market. We are pleased to see that the economic policy of the Egyptian government at this stage has reaped results which are seen all over the world now, and this encourages investors to come to Egypt and invest more. This is one thing. Stability and growth at the same time is a green light for also for the local manufacturer and producer and exporter to exert more effort as far as they are seeing their government is supporting them with the new customs law, which was promulgated just a couple of days ago, and this encourages them to invest more in the market and in the local production and in the sectors which are every sector, whether it's transportation or power or manufacturing or land reclamation or agriculture or agro-industries. All these sectors are seeing a growth rate which was unprecedented as far as the COVID is concerned. So it's a promising economy. The prospects are quite positive ones, and this would be encouragement for investors, whether Egyptian investors, Arab investors, or international investors. And we are seeing this in the Suez Canal zone. Suez Canal zone investors coming from even as far as China and India. They are investing more in Egyptian economy now, and this will reflect on the standard of living and employment rates in the Egyptian market.
Yes, Mr. Ayub, Mahmoud Ayub, thank you very much for being with us. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And we have a lot to discuss, actually. We're entering also about the cumulative actions and works in the field of tourism. And we'll find out more what has been happening and the plans and what's going on in the light of the COVID-19. Afterwards, the plans for that. But we'll go for a short break and we'll receive our guest. Stay tuned to us. Don't go away.
Under the auspices of His Excellency Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, Akhbar al-Yom 7th Economic Conference inaugurated under the title The Egyptian Economy, Achievements and Challenges Amid Coronavirus Pandemic.
Actually, this conference is very important for the economy in Egypt because of its exposure for our performance in Egypt, for how far we expand our thinking and vision as Egypt, and this related and based on the vision of His Excellency, His Highness President Abdel Fattah Sisi, as well the Egyptian government. It's settled of the economist plans and planning for everything. Because of that, we are here. Thanks a lot for Akhbar al-Yom for this, because of this, the 7th edition, and represent a lot of sessions and lot of decisions in many sectors of economist sectors, represents the planning for Egypt. Some of this related to the 2030 Egypt 2030, and the sectors of agriculture, economist, another economist, and variety of economist sections. This one.
The conference was attended by a number of ministers, senior officials, businessmen, economists, lawmakers, and experts concerned with economic affairs.
This is a very important conference because it basically emphasizes the role and the effort the government has done during the past few years, and especially during the past year within the COVID-19 pandemic that has affected the world economy and had negative implications on the world economy. The Egyptian economy has, due to the economic reform program and we reaped very good fruits from the economic reform program, and this helped us to mitigate the risks of this pandemic. So we achieved 3.6% economic growth rate. The unemployment rate has decreased to 7.3%. Inflation rate also has decreased. So all this has helped us to mitigate all the negative implications of the pandemic.
The conference discussed urgent and important issues in 4 general sessions in the field of investment, digital transformation, electronic trade, financial inclusion, financial monetary policies, as well as a special session that tackles the challenges and solving solutions to achieve a rebound in real estate investment.
We are trying very hard in cooperation with the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Higher Education in order to respond to all their needs. Last week they asked for £1 billion to spend it urgently. We allocated this immediately. Before 2 weeks ago, they asked for around £1.5 billion for buying some supplies, and we reply immediately for their demand. So we said to them, you have an open budget, ask whatsoever, and we replied to that. So what I would like to say is that we are dealing with a second wave of the crisis. We are dealing also with the economic negative effect about that. And because of the cooperation and coordination within the ministry, within the government, and also with the Central Bank of Egypt, I think we are able to keep stability of our policies and our economy. So most of the sectors are relatively moving in a good direction.
Egypt pays special attention to the telecommunication sector as part of moving towards digital transformation, and the Egyptian government adopted a national strategy to move to the green economy.
Achievements and challenges amid COVID-19, that's the title of Akhbar al-Yom 7th Economic Conference that aims to create a bridge between the government and the business community to initialize the economic atmosphere for the benefit of all the nation. Minna Dessouqi, Nile TV International.
I suggest all Italians to come here for a holiday because all people are really nice. Nobody told me to say that. Okay, it's just something that I wanted to say because it's really nice. The people are nice, and the sea it's unique here.
Sharm lets you feel like you're home. It's like an island, you know, like a small little paradise inside Egypt. It's extremely safe and you can do whatever you wish. People is nice, people is friendly, and you really feel comfortable. I mean.
I'll be back again to Money Means Business with our guest, Mr. Walid Al-Batouti, who is the area representative of the World Federation for Tourist Guides, representative for West Asia. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's always a pleasure having you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And also, you know, we would like to know the latest, especially that today is the 35th anniversary of the World Federation, what's going on, and then we want to get the good tidings, glad tidings of the initiatives that are taken by the ministry, whether for the local people to, you know, be tourists in their own country, or the foreigners coming to Egypt in light of the COVID-19 and what it is, well, it's doing to every country, actually.
Well, let's first, we will go through the about the World Federation. The World Federation Tourist Guide Association, this is an association that has been established 35 years ago, and I have served with them as an area representative for the Middle East and North Africa for 15 years, and then in the last convention I was moved to do the Middle East, which is West Asia, and I'm working with the Arab countries right now. This is, now I'm 17 years, and I just received the recognition from the board of the World Federation that they recognize that I've been serving as an area representative for 17 years. But what's very good, and they have managed to do, is through this very hard time, as the area representatives and the board, we were always able to meet through the application on the social media, Zoom, and we were always in meetings, and you know, they managed to put us east and west, north and south of Earth. We were all talking, and we shared our issues, we shared what we have in our areas, we shared what's happening in destination. We've learned from each other. So it's a lot of very positive energy, and it's always been boosting positive energy, because, you know, I think one of the hardest industry have been hit from COVID-19, which is tourism.
Definitely.
Over and above is tour guides, to be honest with you.
Definitely.
Tour guides really been hurt badly.
Suffering, actually, in every event, especially in Egypt, definitely.
Very. But we don't have anything to live for except hope. And as we know each other now over the years, I'm always optimistic. So I always look at the good side and the full part of the cup. You know, we take Egypt, for instance, in the field of tourism. In my opinion, and this is the opinion of also lots of experts,
definitely,
Egypt will have a big share of when tourism opens up, which is hopefully very soon. Egypt's share will be one of the highest. Why? First of all, thank God, we've been having very positive news coming out of Egypt, you know, one discovery after the other, bearing in mind that the Egypt also, because sometimes people, they say, maybe the foreigners are not interested in this such news about the highways. Egypt is having a massive network of highways, something that we've never even had before, with this much, and the connection, and from where to where, and you can get, and you know, it used to be one of the most obstacles to tourism, which was like to come from the pyramid to go all the way to the Cairo Museum. It's a lot of traffic. Now we have no highways, now we have and no other things that is happening.
From the mouth of an expert, actually, you know, one of them, and you say that, you know, this is very important, and this is, you know, like unprecedented, and it's really great countering the wet blankets who try to just minimize any achievement and really cast the shadows.
This is one thing, of course, thank you. Now, when in lots of other countries, everybody is going through a very severe lockdown, Egypt is opening new cities. We have the administration capital, which will be open, inshallah, in June 2021. We have a big issue is going to happen very soon, which is the parade of 22 royal mummies from the Cairo Egyptian Museum all the way to the Civilization Museum in Ain al-Sira. And this is the real birth of a new museum to be added to the map of tourism and culture tourism of Cairo and Egypt in general. And then we have a gem, which is the whole world is waiting for.
It's a gem, actually. It's a real gem. It's a gem, yeah.
The Grand Egyptian Museum, it's unbelievable. Then let's stop for a second and look back. Just last month, Egypt announced 2 major discoveries in Saqqara.
Yes.
And I'm not really entitled to speak about something, but all what I say is stay tuned to.
For more surprises? Well,
yes. Egypt.
How humongous, how
big,
exhilarating,
mega big. Soon, in January. In 2021. So this is a good thing to start with in 2021. Hopefully in Jan there will be a mega announcement of an unbelievable discovery.
Well, we do have it here on the screen, actually. Our director, Kamil, put it there.
Not this one.
Oh, okay.
There's another one.
Another one.
There's another brand new one. It's Egypt is full of surprises.
Yes, and it's now unfolding. It's surprised by Egyptian hands.
Well, I kind of I've given a hint that there's a new one coming.
Okay.
Soon. I mean, already came, but.
But then you're not, announcing it in public yet.
No, it's coming in January, hopefully, inshallah.
Okay.
Egypt has lots of good things. We have not just here in Saqqara, but we have in the West Bank of Luxor. There's another mega thing happened there, big thing coming soon. Grand Museum, unbelievable from inside. I mean, the major things that it's happening around the pyramid area. I am asking every Egyptian who watches Nile TV International, and maybe next weekend, take your car and go and drive and try the beginning of Fayoum Road.
Okay.
Which is in between the Grand Egyptian Museum and the pyramid area, and see what they did for the highways over there. Out of this world.
Wow.
Very impressive. Something very impressive, beautiful. And sometimes people say, like, why are you so impressed by it? No, because when we make it easier for the buses to move and the cars and the people to access to the areas, and then soon people will no longer enter the pyramid from the old little entry, the old road. No, there will be another new entry. There will be roads. I mean, within the area, there will be electric buses. I mean,
well, that would be great. That we'll just also fight those who just come from Nizla Semen and try to exploit the tourists or present their unwanted services. There will be unsolicited services.
It will be organized. I mean, we cannot. The Egyptian government will never deny them or put them out of work. No, no. What's going to happen? The Egyptian government will just organize everything, and everything will be organized with a ticket.
Yeah.
So, if you want to purchase a camel ride, you will buy it with a ticket and go. And here you'll have.
So there will be no exploitation by any means.
There will not be any. All the hassle will go away.
Yeah.
There is programs to train them right now.
Definitely.
Because they're very serious about it this time. that anybody will go out of the line,
Yeah.
will be totally suspended from the area. So if you want to stay and work within the system, they're having a great system. Okay, if you want to go for a kalash ride or horseback riding or a camel or all of this, there is a space for that. There'll be lots of restaurants, there'll be lots of stops,
Yeah.
okay, within the pyramid area, bearing in mind that the gym, I don't think, in my opinion, it would be a half-day visit. It has to be like a full day with a break, with a lunch break, and there'll be lots of restaurants, of course.
You mean the pyramids or the gem?
Gym.
But the gem, I hear, and I know that there are over a few thousand pieces. Now, then, it means maybe that, if someone comes to visit, he'll have to stay a week to visit to be able to just tour the whole gem and really get a good tour and information if he wants to learn something.
Again, because I like the system they're going on. They're taking steps, maybe slowly but surely, and they're reaching what they want. Today, when I think as an Egyptian, I want to go to the gym, I want to spend a day. So I will plan my day, is to go from morning till noon and maybe have a lunch break, okay? And then maybe salad or something, and then continue, but that's a full day.
Yeah.
Now, if I want to go to Saqqara, it's not going to be a half day merge with the pyramids.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Saqqara, if you want to visit it fast now, you might do it in one day.
Okay.
And you're not going to see everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay? So Saqqara could be visited in 2 days. Just Saqqara.
Yes.
Okay? The pyramid area, because also lots of education things has been added to. Bear in mind, now you have, sometimes people, they say, okay, we'll go and visit the gym and skip. No. Cairo Museum has a plan and they're working on it 100%, and Cairo Museum will be more attractive than it is before. And they're bringing lots of new things. So it's a brand new museum as well.
Yeah.
It has been renovated, it's been cleaned, it's been under a great operation of maintenance, plus that also will see new stuff. Because when they remove King Tut, they have to fill. So they're going to bring things from the storage, but they're moving also the mummies. So they're going to have to put something. They've already put something. And I witnessed myself a very high official who was standing and he looked at what they replaced in the mummy room and he says, oh my God, fantastic. And he said it 3-4 times because he was so impressed with the beautiful work that was done there.
Yeah.
So basically, yes, we have a lot of things. We have a lot of good things and we're working. And the most important thing, Egypt is building. Egypt is moving. Egypt is on the go. So we did not stop. We did not close down projects. No, everything is going, especially the digs. The digs, it's unbelievable. And the Supreme Council of Antiquity, which is pure Egyptian team that has been working there. My favorite Dr. Zay Hawass as well is doing a great work over there, and he was recently, if people can read between the lines, 3-4 days ago, His Excellency the Minister of Tourism and Antiquity, Dr. Khalid Al-Anani, and Dr. Mustafa Waziri, the head of the Supreme Council of Antiquity, and Dr. Zay Hawass, they went together. Immediately people should understand there is something.
Of course.
Big, mega. I mean, these three to be together in one place, there has to be something. So they were checking on something. And
what is it? What is that thing?
I'm only, I have a hunch, as I said.
Oh, okay. So you don't know about this, you say? Well, you're not really saying, spoiling the surprise.
But you have to read between the lines.
Yeah.
The media mentioned that the three of them are there, so it has to be something big.
Okay.
Okay? Hopefully, inshallah, I can't wait for the parade.
Yeah.
Bear in mind another thing.
How is it, like going back from work, like before dawn actually, they had the Corniche and the Tahrir closed. And we did not know why, like in the...
No, they were doing
They were doing rehearsals, exactly. We knew
Rehearsals.
later on, we saw, like parts, bits and pieces of the rehearsals.
No, the Tahrir Square is beautiful. Out of
with
this
with the colors and everything and the
with
lights.
the lights, with the lights.
It's
Imagine
out of this
that
world.
this is imagine that this is just a light engineer who is smart enough to put them and then make them reflect on from the top of the obelisk. We managed to make something. The funny thing, I know me and you sometimes we talk off air. We talk politics. There is a TV channel that doesn't like us, okay? And they always have...
Well, there is a TV channel, like they have ramifications that don't like us, have an agenda. Some have agendas, actually.
And they have an old footage of Tahrir Square.
Yeah.
Since we put the obelisk, all the old footage is gone. Yeah. They can't use it anymore.
Exactly, it's like spoiled, the old...
all the old ones that they used to put every now and then they say... This happened.
This is Tahrir
No,
Square.
they cannot do this anymore.
Yeah.
Now we have the obelisk, we have the 4 sphinxes, ram-headed sphinxes, and the square is beautiful.
It's out of this world, going and strolling at night, doing nothing but just going around, even if you're walking or with a car ride and watching, with the lighting and the beauty compared to, in our minds, what it went when we were in this, the Ikhwan, and all, the mess that we were in, at a certain time it's all over, and, it's anew, going and glooming again.
Let me tell you something very, very refined.
Yes.
Just before coming to you, I was invited, actually, and this is a very fine lady, young lady from Egypt, who she organized Art d'Egypte. Art d'Egypte started a few years ago. Now it is on the map of art collectors worldwide. Can you imagine?
Wonderful.
One young lady from Egypt with passion like no one can imagine. I remember, if I may mention her name, Nadine Abdel Ghaffar, who she met me a few years ago, and she told me, I want to do night at the museum. And I looked at her and I smiled. It's like, how are you going to do night at the museum? We need lights.
Yeah.
So I said, but we won't be able to do this. She says, I'll do it. I said, well, I'm a very optimistic person, but I don't think you'll be able to light the Egyptian Museum. She says, I'll raise the fund, I'll raise the money. I will work with the Minister of Antiquity at the time. It was Dr. Khalid Al-Anani, the Minister of Antiquity. He gave her all the support. And imagine, all what you need is to give the support. And this young lady, she went out and she worked out with a lot of help. The first one was done, and it was night at the Egyptian Museum, and celebrities from all over the world came to attend. Okay, maybe this year, it was by luck, was a good success. The second year she did it, the third year she did it, the fourth, and it's going on, and it's great success. Now I can see that Art d'Egypte, it's called, I love the word Egypt in it, and collectors and artists from all over the world now, they look at the map and where is it
there.
And you know what, this year in October it was done at the pyramids of Giza, and she did an unbelievable hosted brunch inside the old building of the State Department, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, if this terminology, or the other one, State Department. The old one is an unbelievable palace, and there was for all the artists from all over the world, they were hosted. And this is to tell you that the government as well is giving hand and is helping in anything could boost the taste of Egypt and the refined people of Egypt as well. I personally am very impressed with the new administration, the new capital. I've been there. It is out of this world. I advise all Egyptians on weekend, on Friday, take your kids and go there and do your prayer in the mosque there, or go and visit the cathedral.
Yeah.
unbelievable, and it's beautiful. Everything.
They're very big, you know. There's
It's
it's
nice.
like
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It is very nice.
Yeah.
It is very nice. Today I was in, this morning, I was in Saqqara, and very impressed that they're doing maintenance to the road. I know it's a little bit difficult, but they're doing maintenance to the road because they will do something very nice there. So they worked on the infrastructure, they worked on the sewage, they worked on the pipes and everything. They're preparing everything. So no more drilling, no more cutting the roads or anything like this. So they're doing. So what we need to do is we need to be positive about our country. We have to have a pride. We have to be proud of this. Coming to you now, okay, on the coronation. I've seen the panels that they put and the light, and I know that they're working on a promenade,
Yes.
which is a walking area
Yeah.
in front of the TV building over here. It is so beautiful. When I look at this, okay, and sometimes in the car I discuss things with Mr. Gamal, who is a person who drives my car, and he says, Mister, this is ongoing work 24/7. The country is, and everywhere, go anywhere, it is being built.
And with also, you know, like the museums that are opening, you know, like preserving our heritage. You know, there is, you know, like all museums, even, you know, here behind the TV building with the carriage, the old carriages museum and all, you know, it's really wonderful. I see Egyptians going there and they're impressed.
But you know what? I feel like the ancient Egyptians are not giving us the space. Every time we build a museum and we think we have a space, then they reveal themselves. I mean,
Yeah.
we have the discovery that Dr. Mustafa Waziri announced of 56 mummies, and then almost another 100.
Yeah.
Last year there was one in El Deir al-Bahari over there, and there is more coming. I think we're going to come soon
Yeah.
with whatever is going to happen in January, and then we'll say, oops, we don't have a space again.
Yeah.
We're
So
going to
we'll
run
have
out of
another
space.
museum.
Yes, we have to build more museums.
Yeah.
But I want to tell you something. Kafr al-Sheikh have a beautiful museum. Unbelievable one. Beautiful. Very nice. Extremely nice. Sharm el-Sheikh has a museum, okay, with a new style, which is investors, and they're going partnership with the Egyptian government.
Yeah.
But Sharm el-Sheikh now has a museum. So those who will come to Egypt just for the beach, but one day in the afternoon or in the evening, they'll be able to go and visit something culture.
Yes.
And this is an appetizer. You know, if someone sees this, he says, why can't, I'm here in Egypt, why can't I go all the way to Cairo? It's a one day, it's a one-day trip. I hope in the future, when everything goes back to normal, we have a treasure that I will take an opportunity and share it from my favorite TV channel, Nile TV International, which is, why don't we use the aircrafts that they take off from the water? So, meaning, a tourist can leave his hotel in Sharm el-Sheikh or in Hurghada from the beach, board the plane, beach carrier, okay, take off. Now he's not going to go through terminals or anything like this. They make sure they scan them, whatever. At the resort, they take off, and then here we go, we have the Nile.
Yeah.
They can land on the Nile. If they land nearby the Cairo Egyptian Museum, there is a way to go and visit the Cairo Egyptian Museum. So imagine that you take off from your hotel in Sharm el-Sheikh or Hurghada, within an hour you're landing
Cairo.
by the Cairo Egyptian Museum. Or you land all the way in a little bit south here, and then they can take a bus straight and go and visit Jim, visit the pyramids of Giza, and they have lunch somewhere.
Yeah.
And by the end of the day, they fly and they land by their hotel again one more time.
Or they go, you know, shopping.
Well, they go and
Well,
do
that too,
shopping.
like the Khal Khalili and all old stuff and things like that.
Hopefully, and that, the point is that at the end of the day, instead of going through all the way to Cairo Airport or Sphinx
And taking
Airport.
time, definitely,
No,
with
no,
that,
no.
you know, that,
They go back again to the Beechcraft, I mean, and it takes off. I think this is doable. This is absolutely doable. It's just an idea. I'm sure somebody
But then ideas, you know, were just taken and now, you know, they are just being used and, you know, like thinking, say, outside the box or, well, not, you know, in the rudimentary way, but then, you know, well, there are plenty of ideas.
everything started with a dream.
Yeah.
If we dream,
And dreams come to reality.
yes, we can make it.
Yeah.
And especially that now we have a government of doers.
Yes.
This is the way I describe this government. They're doers. They do things. You can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. I like to when I drive and then I see a new bridge. And it's like, I was here last week. That wasn't here. This was not here. When? How? When we go back home and we sleep, there is people 24/7
Working,
around the clock
yeah.
working, enlarging. You know, the country is going with a speed like a rocket. And that's why I'm not bothered about the little things that comes from here and there now trying to stop us. Listen, we've managed to do within the last maybe 6 years, 7 years, we've managed to do what could have been done in 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
And we're going.
That's a miracle in itself.
Yes.
Miracle. And miracles
Look
do
at the.
happen.
When I
We do have a minute, by the way, so you know.
We do
need
have
to
a
wrap
minute,
up.
okay.
Yeah, good time flies.
well, we want to extend the time, and because I'm sure the viewers would like to know more.
More,
But I want to tell everybody, be optimistic.
Yeah.
Egypt is going. We're going to have a great share when tourism comes back. We have a lot to do. This morning I was in Saqqara with a group of Egyptians.
Yeah.
Okay, and you should see how enthusiastic they are about Egypt, and they said, we want to go here and there, we want to do this, we want to do that. So we should also invest in the Egyptians because when you go, Egyptians are in Fayoum, Egyptians are in Siwa, they're keeping the hotels running.
Yeah.
Okay, so the internal tourism as well is very important. I hope everybody pay attention to them, and when tourism comes back, they don't neglect it. No,
Yeah, definitely.
keep investing in this market because it's a good one and it's always a safe one to keep us running. And thank you for
Exactly.
having me.
And thank you very much for being here. But I have a question. Now we know with changes in the pyramid area. I remember when we were kids and young, actually, we could go, and celebrate even in the evenings in the pyramids. But then, that was stopped, to limit, like anybody going in and.
With a new government that has a new vision and new understanding, there already has been some events that took place that explains to you that the pyramid will be used day and night.
Oh, this is great. Well, I think we passed our time. Thank you very much for being with us, Dr. Mr. Walid Batucci. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure having you. And we know more, as work goes on, and we'll just find out the great surprises that you're hiding from us.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And I'd like to thank everybody who is there. And as we always end, God bless Egypt. God bless Egyptians. God bless our army, our right army, our police, and our president. And ادخلوا مصر إن شاء الله آمنين. Enter Egypt, God willing, safe from the Holy Quran and from the Holy Bible. Mubarak Sha'bi Misr. Blessed be Egypt, my people. I'm Nabi Nazim going. And, I only promise to see you next week with a lot more. Goodbye for now. Thank you.